Hey everybody, I thought I'd just do a quick video here. Just wanted to talk some about, this is kind of the PT, physical therapist side of my interest coming out, but just about knowing your limits and kind of activity pacing and just knowing when to take it easy. So I thought this would be a good video to make because I'm currently hiking into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park to meet my family. I dropped them at a trailhead in one place, then drove over to another trailhead to drop off the car, and now I'm hiking into to meet them. Our meeting place is supposed to be about 3.9 miles in from the trailhead I started from, maybe 5.1 from where they started. I started out running this, mostly downhill, and I just like to do trail running when I get the opportunity to. My intention was to run the whole way in to the intersection where I'm supposed to meet them, the 3.9 miles, and hopefully get there before them, in spite of the fact that I had to drive, and then run up the trail towards them a little bit to meet them. But I think I'm about 2.5 miles in, somewhere between 2.5 and 3 miles in now, and I just decided that it's time to slow down and walk. Ordinarily, like if it was just going to be the 3.9 miles, I'd just do it, even though I haven't really been running as much as I'd like lately. But between the fact that I haven't been running as much as I'd like, the fact that I've had some chafing issues with the sandals I'm wearing right now. The paracord has gotten kind of dirty in some places, and it's just rubbing my skin raw. And it's kind of early in the season for me to build up calluses in the key places, so don't want that to happen. I've got a pair of socks I can wear underneath them, but I don't want to do that because I have a lot of stream crossings, so I'm trying to keep my skin okay for continuing to wear the sandals. And oh yeah, I have to the plan is after we meet to keep hiking down I think the trail I'm on now for another few miles, and then get to a place where we've hiked to before, and then double back and go back up to where I parked the car. So I'm looking at probably, I think, about a 15-mile day. It'll probably be 17 or so for the rest of my family. But anyway, I don't need to wreck my feet in the first 3.94 miles, 3.9 or 4 miles, just to prove that I can run that far. So I know most people don't wear sandals running, or necessarily even go solo into places like the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, but so the circumstances are probably a little different for me, but it's still good to just know your limits and have a backup plan, really. Like if the plan was just to, if all I had to do was do those 4 miles, and even if I had to double back the 4 miles and get back to the car, that would probably be okay. I mean, 8 miles total, especially since I do have the option of changing into socks, and if I could move my own pace, then yeah, I might just go ahead and run it. But just thinking that I need to be able to go farther with my family, need to be able to take care of kids if I need to take care of kids, carry a kid who's heavier than the backpack I'm wearing now, like a lot heavier. It's just need to have that extra, I guess, capacity to cover mileage in reserve instead of just using it all up now. Which kind of brings another point to bear, the possibility of actual injury. I mean, yeah, you can skin your feet up with something like I'm talking about, and that can be pretty miserable. But I mean, if I get blisters on the tops of my feet and I wear through them, I mean, yeah, it's going to hurt, but I'm not going to be incapacitated. Now, if I let myself get too tired too quickly because I'm not used to running, and I get injured while I'm trying to run when I'm too tired because I'm not used to running, like a real injury, like an ankle sprain or a broken bone or fall and break an arm. I could even fracture a rib out here. All those would be much more significant problems. So, I mean, I think I like, well, especially being an active middle-aged male, I kind of feel like I want to have the life philosophy of just pushing hard, like balls to the wall. Just gotta try to outrun the aging process. And I think there's some value to that, but it has to be done at the right time and in a controlled way. Like running up the dirt road near my house with 300 feet of elevation gain or whatever, and it's only like a 1.5 mile round trip at the most. Yeah, I can push it then. But like here, I'm gotta be at least with the zigzagging, at least a mile, and being kind of conservative, a mile away from the nearest road. And it would be some rough terrain to get me out from if I did get a major injury, and that puts other people at risk too. And last I checked, I didn't even have cell service here. So this is not the place. I challenged myself a little bit by running the first 2.5 miles, at least to the point where I start to feel some achiness in a tendon. And well, I know from experience that when I start running, especially in kind of a minimalist or natural running sort of way, when I haven't been doing it in a while, that my calf muscles are going to be sore. They probably will be sore anyway, but I don't need another 1.5 miles worth of soreness nagging at me and potentially compromising my performance for the rest of the day for those other 11 miles or whatever I'm going to end up doing today. So anyway, just kind of wanted to offer some perspective, especially in case there are any other like middle-aged people out there who just want to try to outrun the aging process. And just, you know, it's a good thing to, it's a good thought, it's a good philosophy, but you don't want to just do it to the exclusion of common sense and well-being, and more to the point, other people's well-being, like the family that is relying on you to be there for that for the rest of the hike, or well, the well-being of any search and rescue people who would be coming out after you. Yeah, I mean, I know there's people, a lot of those people thrive for that sort of thing. They are, it's just what they do, it's their calling. But I think they would probably agree that nobody should be putting themselves at unnecessary risk, and nobody should be putting others at unnecessary risk. You do it because you have to, you want to contribute. You do the search and rescue work because you're called to, and it can be a passion without feeling like you gotta, feeling like you should just be out there putting yourself at risk doing it. So anyway, I'm going to sign off and hopefully be able to share some similar insights with you at some point. Have a great day. Bye.